is this so freaking messy?
Hey y'all, and welcome to a brand new video. It is officially October, which means not only is it spooky season, but it is also my birthday month. I turned 25 this year, which blows my freaking mind. How am I 25 years old? I don't know. So this video is the first of many in my series that I am calling my spooky series, where I am doing Halloween inspired art projects, which I'm super excited to share with you guys. I love Halloween, it's my favorite holiday, and I'm really excited to finally be able to do some of these with you guys. I've been planning some of them for over a year. So today we are painting some of the ceramics that I found at Michael's. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started.
First up, we have this cute little bat planter. It has the drainage hole at the bottom and has some tiny little fangs, big old bug eyes, and some tiny wings. For the body color, I went in with a charcoal black that I had custom mixed. I wasn't worried at this point about painting over the teeth or the eyes, as I was planning on painting them with an off-white color that I was going to mix together later on. My main goal with this first layer was to get pretty even coverage over the entirety of the planter, which I do think I achieved. I also noticed during this first layer that there were some parts that were harder to paint than others, like underneath the wings, which I actually missed with my first layer and had to fix later on. Once the body was painted, I went to paint the bottom and saw the label was still on. Yep, let's take that off. And now we paint, making sure to get the edges of the drainage hole thing. Once that was all dry, I went in with a little bit of a thicker second coat, making sure to even out any blotchiness from the first coat. After that dried, it was time to work on the eyes. At first, I was using a dotting tool to put the off-white paint I mixed on, but I realized that it was putting on too thick of a layer of paint, so I tried to flatten it out with a tiny little brush, covering as much of the surface area as I could without making the edges messy on both the right and left eyes. Once this first layer was dry, I went back in with the dotting tool to try to clean up the edges. Now, this did make the eyes pretty lumpy because of the thickness of the paint, and I did try to fix that as much as I could on and off camera using both the brush and my fingers, but it didn't really improve much. At one point, I took the dotting tool and put a layer of paint over both eyes, trying to even out the lumps, but even that didn't really work as I had hoped. The right eye ended up being the one with the most noticeable lumps, so I tried to focus most of my energy on the cleaning up of that one. I kept getting frustrated because of how bad they were looking, so I did end up taking a short break from the eyes to work on the fangs. Now with these, I really did have to use the dotting tool, as I don't think any of my tiny brushes would have been able to get a clean, crisp line on the edges that I was looking for with this piece. I also didn't realize that I wasn't completely in frame for this, so sorry about that. Anyway, after that, I went back to the eyes once I thought they were dry to start working on the irises. I wanted them to be purple because it's Halloween and purple and black give off Halloween vibes. Add in the green plant since this is a planter, and you get a pretty cool color combo. Thankfully, the purple I wanted was already in my paint stash, so I didn't have to customize this color like I did for the other two. I first used the dotting tool for the iris, but realized the white paint underneath wasn't completely dry since it was so thick. So I ended up switching to a brush once again to start getting the shape down. The original design did have these irises already outlined, but because I put on such a thick coat of white paint on, I could no longer see them. So I had to guesstimate where they were and try my best to make both eyes look even. This was a pretty difficult task that took a lot of coats and cleaning up with both the brush and the dotting tool, but I think it turned out pretty good. I am still debating now on whether or not to add the pupils, so please let me know down below if you think I should before I varnish. Next up was this cute little ghost with a scary face, if you want to call it that, and it lights up! I had a pretty simple plan for this one that isn't a surprise. I'm painting it white. Now, this is the same off-white color that I mixed for the bat eyes and teeth, so I did mix a lot of it on purpose for this reason. Now, I knew that I would have to do a bazillion coats on this because I didn't want the light shining through the body, only the holes. Because of this, and because you can barely see me painting, I chose to only film the first layer. I think I did about 4 coats thus far, which you'll see the current progress in a minute. I still, to this day, need to do like 3 or 4 more layers before varnishing, but I've been in the process of moving from Nashville, Tennessee to back home in Georgia, and have also been trying to find a job here, so I haven't had time to really finish this. I also painted 2 other ceramic figurines from Michaels before these 2 that I did try to film, but the videos just were not decent quality. So I will show y'all the final product of those along with the bat and ghost at the end of this video. Here are the 2 that I did earlier. It's a little black ghost kitty that lights up with yellow eyes, and a sack of pumpkins with moon and star cutouts. The pumpkin will end up being year-round decor in my bedroom, which is why it's not painted for Halloween. And here are the 2 pieces from today's video. While all of these pieces still need a bit of work, I really love how they have turned out thus far. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye y'all.